Hello there everyone and welcome back to RealScreenReviews.com. I'm Nick Yakabuchi and our next film is the family-friendly rated G comedy Ramona and Beezus. This film opened on Friday, July 23rd, 2010, and it stars Joey King, Selena Gomez, John Corbett, Bridget Moynihan, Ginnifer Goodwin, and Josh Duhamel. This film comes to us from director Elizabeth Allen, the director of another family film involving adolescent young ladies called Aquamarine. That movie starred Emma Roberts and came out in the year 2006. She once again revisits a story involving younger girls, and this time we see her adapting the very popular book series by author Beverly Cleary. Our main title characters, Ramona and Beezus Quimby, are very close sisters, and Beezus is actually Beatrice, mispronounced by Ramona when she was just very young. They live in a very nice house with parents Bridget Moynihan and the always likable John Corbett from Sex and the City and My Big Fat Greek Wedding. They share a room together and are pretty tight, but they are separated by about 6 or 7 years in age, so that adds a different set of problems and issues with each young lady. Beezus is portrayed by the very lovely Selena Gomez from the Disney Channel. She is a straight-A student trying to balance being the liaison between her parents and Ramona and her own relationship with her best friend growing up, who she now seems to have more feelings for each time that she sees him. Then you have Ramona, the self-proclaimed 9 and 3-month-year-old that gives new meaning to the term wild imagination. Her mind creates a 5-mile Indiana Jones-style drop when just crossing the monkey bars on the playground at school, and she fantasizes about building cities of the future when playing in dirt trenches during the construction of an addition to their own home. During this remodel, they find out that their dad has been let go from his position, and the money issue plays into the plot pretty much the rest of the way. It raises conflict issues for both girls throughout the film, and some of the remedies that are concocted by Ramona were laugh-out-loud funny, especially the paint job that she gives her neighbor's truck. There is a side story involving the girl's Aunt Bee and neighbor Hobart, played by Josh Duhamel. They bring a very cute and entertaining romance to a movie that was already very cute and entertaining. Aunt Bee counsels the girls more than a few times, and Hobart honestly couldn't be funnier. This secondary story was a great balance, bringing with it a touch of maturity, as well as the perfect complement to the girls that so carry this film all the way through. Well, folks, it seemed to me that the people that made this movie had a great time making it, and I had a great time watching it. This movie is very funny and very entertaining and never loses sight of the fact that we live in a world that has real problems. Sometimes as adults we forget that children also worry and have feelings that can be hurt, and Ramona and Beezus was a welcomed reminder that just because they're little or younger doesn't mean that kids can't contribute to the betterment of their families. Now, why is this a good movie for girls, and why is this a good movie for families? Because this is just a good movie, period. Now, some of Ramona's accident-prone frolics struck me as being a touch set up, but this movie works well, I believe, on almost every level. Whether you're talking about the target audience of 13-year-old girls or 60-year-old men, everyone can enjoy this film because it's just loaded with heart. Joey King shines as Ramona and easily has the likability to hold this film together for almost 2 hours. Something else explored in the film that can be easily identified by many is the bond that is shared between siblings. There are specific and special things that are only mutual to the brothers and sisters that we've all grown up with. I can think of many between my own brother and myself, and I see it in my 2 nephews that are also very close in age. Beezus and Ramona would do almost anything for each other, and you can easily sense that while watching this movie. I also think that the brightest spot in the film is actress Ginnifer Goodwin that portrays the girl's Aunt Bee. I first noticed Ginnifer Goodwin as the best part of the movie He's Just Not That Into You from just a few years ago, and she seems to have picked up in this film right where she left off in that one. She is so cute and so adorable that you can't help but fall for her innocence. She also brings very credible characters to the big screen, but that infectious personality that so radiates from her I believe is going to make this girl a very big star someday. It wasn't much of a shock that Ramona and Beezus has a solid, happy Hollywood ending, but what else would you expect? I had never read any of the books or had any knowledge of these characters going in, but I had a big smile on my face coming out. This film was warm and funny and cute, and at 1 hour and 45 minutes was nothing short of a pleasant surprise at the theater. I'll give 3 stars out of 4 because in my opinion, what else could you ask for? And remember people, I'm not always right, only when it comes to the movies. And thank you for your attention.